we're back for round 2, or match 2 of round 1 of the Amateur Tournament 2012. Midnight Pancake Parade versus Master of the House. This time, Master of the House is going to get first ban and first pick.
Yep. So we're just waiting for the game to start here. They're getting people invited so they can get everything situated. On that last game, though, they shut Shaco down really well. He couldn't get any counter jungling done, and even his ganks, every time he went to gank someone, that lane was supported by Midnight Pancake Parade. So we'll have to see if they go with a different jungle that is maybe a little safer. And on Midnight Pancake's Parade side, they may not switch their comp up at all because they did really good with all their champions. And they shut down every lane that they wanted to shut down. So it looks like they were definitely playing the game they wanted to play.
Absolutely. But the thing about best of 3 means that Master of the House has seen their best hand, or one of their best hands, and they might go for some pretty key bans. Probably going to ban that Anivia. That was a very strong middle for them.
Yeah, that Anivia and that Graves were both extremely strong. I think Yorick on top was he was pretty strong, but he wasn't like destroying Rumble, so I don't think they'll have to worry about that. And the Gangplank, I'd have to say that like Shaco was doing enough controlling to where Gangplank wasn't really a threat. I think he only ulted once. That was a really good ult, but other than that, he spent most of his time farming. So it's definitely going to be that Anivia. Not to mention that Alistair too, though. He has some really good headbutts down, so that control. Unfortunately, if they go with Alistair ban, there's a lot of other champions that are Alistair-like, so if they want to continue with that style, they're going to have to worry about what other potential picks that Midnight Pancake Parade could pick up.
Absolutely. We're waiting for the last 2 players to join so we can get started. But just so you guys know, for the first round, Midnight Pancake Parade did ban Cassidon, Skarner, and Rammus, and Master of the House banned Kennen, Rise, and Shen. So we're probably going to see a lot of different bans this time. I'm going to guess that Midnight Pancake Parade might ban Shaco.
Yeah, that could have been a problem.
They know Warm Turtle was fairly ineffective, but it could have just been a bad match. They might not want to risk another bad match, or risk Warm Turtle having a good match with Shaco.
Yeah.
Because as we've seen before, he can be very deadly.
Yeah, not to mention on farm-wise, I'd have to say Cho'Gath was at least maintaining farm in the middle, so they may go for a targeted ban off of that one too.
That is true. All team members are in, waiting for the start. I'm going to let them know that we are ready on our end.
I think someone was AFK though. Yeah, they said Blue Strike was AFK a second, so we could be waiting on Blue Strike to get back to their computer.
Alright, we're ready on our end.
Okay, so everyone says they're ready, so we should be starting here.
Quick little advertisement before we get started. And back into picks and bans. This could be pretty crucial. Let's see who Master of the House is going to ban first.
And yeah, they went straight for that Anivia ban. She was extremely deadly that match, picked up tons of kills. And her passive, like I said, was really strong in the early game, not so strong in the late game, but they never got to late game. So she was strong throughout the entire match.
Another Cassidon ban by Pancake Parade.
So yeah, I'm going to guess that that's just more of the standard ban, but also whoever they decide to pick in middle, they know they just can't handle a Cassidon.
Kennen ban from Master of the House.
Yeah, and again, we know Master of the House just doesn't like Kennen, especially with their general style of play. Just his AoE lockdown's really good on almost every team that you can have. So
looks like another Rammus ban by Pancake Parade.
Yeah, I'd have to say, like, if they decide to go with another Gangplank jungle, a Rammus would be a pretty good counter pick to that. Just because that would mean that he never does any damage. Rammus has a really good ganking ability.
And another Shen ban from Master of the House. I'm wondering if that's targeted.
Yeah, that has to be targeted to someone, but I'm not sure exactly what Shen could do in comparison to what Master of the House picked last game, at least.
Will we see a targeted ban from Pancake Parade? Looks like they are going to ban that Shaco.
So we have at least one targeted ban for each team.
Ooh, Cassiopeia chosen by Get Candled. Or Master of the House.
And Cassiopeia is strong in mid lane no matter what against almost everyone. I think Rise is, if they do go with Rise, it's the only one that can probably handle Cassiopeia the best because his range is about equal and he has some really great lockdown and harass. And he also builds tanky since he doesn't need to build AP items. So he can get some pretty good resistances started up to stop Cassiopeia's harassment.
Rise and Vayne. Vayne's going to lock in.
A little surprised about that since Graves was doing so well last match. They must just be switching it up so they're not getting too used to Graves. But he was getting a lot of kills, so that could have been more of the Alistair control and Graves just being in a good position. But we'll have to see what support they decide to go with because Alistair Vayne is a really good combination also. And is that Rise going to lock in?
We'll find out. They might be doing the timeout trick, but it looks like he's going to choose Rise. Might just be giving them more time to strategize.
Yeah, that's possible. So I have to see if Dark Name goes to Sona again. Unfortunately, that Sona last game was... they were always just in bad positions. Like, they were being zoned out, and when Sona ever tried to get any position that was aggressive, she would just die.
Looks like Misfortune and Sona have been locked in for bottom.
Which, again, I think Vayne has a little more... Ooh, and Evelyn? Vayne has a little more control than Misfortune does, but Misfortune's damage does get pretty high.
Are we going to see an Evelyn and Riggs?
Ziggs.
Riggs.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait until the timer goes down, but... No,
Nautilus
maybe.
and Alistair? Let's see, they're mixing it up, so let's wait and see what they lock in as.
I'd be surprised in Nautilus.
Alistair and Nautilus.
Nautilus is still a pretty new champion, so... He can be, he is really strong and he's really great at ganks, but not a lot of people have been able to play him for a super long time, so I have to see how well they play that Nautilus. And then Alistair, not surprised.
So we'll probably see that Alistair Vayne combination bottom, Rise in middle.
Yeah, that slam up, headbutt, and condemn is just extremely dangerous. They're going to be all about locking down and zoning, which unfortunately Misfortune and Sona are not. They're more about farming and waiting until later on in the game. So
looks like Worm Turtle is going to play a safer jungle as Malphite, and Tone is going with his favorite Riven.
I'm not too sure because I haven't seen a whole ton on Nautilus, but as far as I know, he doesn't counter jungle that much. He's mostly just about farming and getting ganks off in lane. So I don't suspect we'll see a whole ton of counter jungling versus each individual jungle this game. Probably just some good warding on the ramps and stuff towards the river.
Looks like we're going to have a Vlad that may switch up. We do have 30 seconds to choose, or for Friend Cop to choose. So let's find out what he's going to choose.
Yeah, Tono a Riven, which is a pretty strong top. The only problem is that if they decide to go with Vlad, Vlad has a lot of sustainability. So Riven's harassment and damage in the early game won't be as effective. But in the late game, it's going to be... Riven scales well, but Vlad also does too. We'll have to see how well his farm is. If his farm is too low, then he's just going to be too weak. But he has a lot of good escape mechanics, and he didn't go with a flash though, so I'm going to guess he's going to use his pool mostly as an escape and not try to initiate with it.
Yeah, it looks like fairly similar summoner spells. Dark Name choosing that Clarity and Clairvoyance yet again.
Yep. And then we got Flash and Exhaust. I don't know if Kijin had an Exhaust last match.
I believe Kijin had to heal. It was Flash and heal last match.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to use that Exhaust as either a good initiator or a great way to stop Vayne when she's going for the push and gets like a condemn off or something like that. And then Flash Ignite for both mids. And then Flash and Smite for both jungles. And Alistair picked up that Exhaust, which I believe he did have Exhaust last game also. That's going to be a really deadly lane because his Exhaust on a Misfortune is really strong.
And he has some really good headbutts too.
Yeah.
He's very effective with those headbutts. We'll have to see how well Nautilus is with his anchor throw.
Yeah. On the AoE side, Misfortune has some good AoE. We have Malphite, who's a really great initiator. If they're grouped up enough, then Tone with Riven can do some good AoE, and Cassiopeia and Sona both have great AoE initiators. So they have a really stackable ultimate initiators, and then letting Misfortune just kind of rain her ultimate throughout the entire time while they're all stunned up. On Midnight Pancake Parade side, though, Vayne is not as good on team fight. She has to kind of stay back, make sure no one focuses her. But Rise has a really good AoE ultimate, so if Master of the House group up, that could be pretty deadly. Nautilus does have some AoEs, but his ultimate is a single target stun, so it's good for a chase. Alistair, he's pretty good tanky. He can start up a fight with some AoE, and Vlad also has some great AoE. So I think it's just going to be whoever synergizes their ultimates to the best of their ability for the late game.
Absolutely, and this is a very different game we've seen from Master of the House. A lot of their games, they pick champions that really focus on individual champions, taking them out and splitting up whoever they're facing.
Yeah, they always like to win the lane, but with this one, they scale really well into the late game. I'd have to say for both teams, except the Nautilus, I'm not sure about. Like we said, we haven't seen a lot, so I'm not sure how well he's going to scale in the late game. But this will be fun to watch, and we can definitely see this for if they go for the next match, if Master of the House picks this up.
Yeah, this is a key match for Master of the House. If they do not win, they are kicked out of the amateur tournament, and we will see Pancake Parade go on to the next round. Let's find out. We do have one more minute until the delay is up, and we'll be able to see the match.
Now, since their support doesn't have, he went with the clarity. I'm trying to think like none of the champions except for Cassiopeia have mana issues. They're all like they're pretty good on maintaining their mana. Like Malphite can have mana issues if he's laning and maxing out his Q and he's constantly harassing with it. But a jungle Malphite doesn't need that much. He doesn't focus on his Q at all. And Misfortune doesn't really have a whole ton of mana issues later on in the game because most of her damage comes from her auto attacks.
This could be a personal one just to maintain her own mana.
Yep. And
give a little mana boost. But I feel like a heal, like a clutch heal in a team fight, can really change the way a team fight goes. And Pancake
or a
Parade
flash,
has two of them.
Right, or a flash too, because that Sona was caught out of position a lot of times.
That is true.
In that last match, so that could definitely be, you're gaining some early game harass and like not having any mana problems, so you can sustain a little longer. But that's not going to be an issue because they're all about shutting you down and making sure you can't move. Clarity's just not going to help when Alistair has you pinned down and Vayne slams you against the wall.
Yeah, and we know Alistair's really good at doing it. I'm going to guess Vayne's probably going to be up there. Looks like we do have lots of skins. Vayne has a skin, Nautilus has a skin, Alistair and Vlad have a skin for Pancake Parade. So these are all champions that they wanted to spend real money on.
Yeah,
so.
They feel very comfortable playing those champions. And on the other side, we only have one, but we do know that Get Handled has played a good amount of Cassiopeia.
And we do know
Misfortune's been around for a while, so that's a pretty well played champion.
And we do know Tone is phenomenal with Riven.
Yeah, the only one that I don't know is Warm Turtle. I haven't seen him play Malphite. He's been around, like Malphite himself has been around for a long time, and he is a great jungle. But I haven't seen him play personally, and it's a different style of jungle. So we'll have to see if he continues with the same style or if he kind of plays more defensive.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting because we are used to Warm Turtle playing very aggressive,
being all over the map.
very mobile jungles. So he may just try to ward and defend and gank.
His ultimate makes him extremely deadly in ganking. It's almost a guaranteed gank, especially with whatever lane they happen to be in. I think bottom's the only one that could be like a major issue because while he could still ultimate in, Alistair could still control enough and get him out of the way so that way his AD carry could back up. And Vlad's pool makes him really safe on top lane too. But he doesn't have a flash, so if he's too far away, his pool will help him at least stop the original initiation, but they could catch up and kill Vlad before he gets to his tower.
Malphite or Warm Turtle does have a flash instead of exhaust, though.
Yeah, he goes with the exhaust just because Shaco has that Q, which is pretty much a flash anyways, a flash and a stealth. So he was using that as his survivability.
That is a really nice skin for Nautilus, though. I've never seen that before. That's
that
really
does
cool.
look pretty cool.
All right, so we're switching sides. Now Master House is blue and Pancake Parade is purple.
We got some pings going down. So
Summoner's Rift.
All right, looks like we're either setting up for defense or looking at an invade.
yeah, they pinged all along that edge, so it looks like they just wanted to make sure they had that part controlled. So they could go up and steal race or just back up and take their blue. And it looks like Master of the House also doing the same thing. Malphite going to start on wolves and then move up to blue. So yeah, both teams playing a lot more defensive than last match. They just initiated right away. I know it was kind of a, whoever got focused first, but unfortunately Shaco was a little too far ahead in that last match. So everyone initiated on him. Now, for jungles, I think Malphite has, later on his mana's not too bad, but early on he may have some mana issues, so we may see a few times where middle doesn't get the blue buff. While Nautilus, again, I don't know how his mana problems are, so we'll have to see if he gives his blue to middle a lot.
I'm going to guess he's probably, not that I know anything about Nautilus, but just a guess is he's probably going to grab blue a couple times.
Yeah, he may
just
grab
early
the
on
first
the match,
two blues.
Because he is a mana user, and I know a lot of the new tanks that they come out with that use mana generally have to have blue, at least for the first few times. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Nautilus is going to take blue.
Okay, so Malphite started on wolf, so he's going to be a little bit ahead of Nautilus in CS. But I'm not sure if Nautilus has a faster clear than Malphite, so that may even out later on.
Looks like Nautilus is coming down. He might go in for the early gank. We do got a ward from Alistair, but they do see Nautilus down, so with a key ward coming in right there, able to stop Nautilus from coming in and ganking, which is going to give Malphite a little bit ahead just because he went straight for Wraiths. While it's not that big of a difference, it is a couple seconds ahead.
Yeah, Nautilus can, with his abilities, he has a lot more. All of his gank abilities start off before he gets his ultimate, so he can gank a lot more in the first few levels, while Malphite's ganking ability doesn't start really hardcore until level 6. So we could see Malphite try to push for a really fast level 6 and not gank at all. He does have a slow in his Q, but sometimes that slow isn't a bit much, and then all his other stuff is all AoE stuff when he's right on top of champions. So if he gets a pretty fast 6, he could go for a really great gank on bottom or top. Well, mid too, but...
Looks like Sona and Misfortune are doing a really good job zoning Vayne and Alistair.
Yeah, it looks like Misfortune. How many? Let's check what she's leveled up first. It looks like she leveled up the ability to. Okay, we just got 1-on-1.
Ooh, nice flash by Cassiopeia. Dodges Nautilus's anchor grab.
Yeah, it looks like Cass is definitely making sure to get the strength of the first few levels, which is going to be really strong, and constantly harassing to keep that Rise pinned down to his turret. Just did have a CV on Nautilus, so they know where he is and what he's taking. He hasn't taken his red yet, though, and Malphite just finished up his red. So he is a bit farther ahead at 20 CS compared to Nautilus is 10.
And Nautilus has tried to gank twice, and so every time he does that and doesn't pick up anything, he is getting a little bit behind. And if he keeps doing it and keeps failing, it might actually become a significant amount.
Okay, so top lane's looking relatively even. I'm still probably going to give a little bit just to Vlad because he has a few more ranged abilities, so he's going to be a little safer. The Tone's picking some...
Oh, we got a flash from now, so he's throwing her up. Oh, they're going to push her back. Tons of damage to Sona. Sona goes down. Misfortune is going to have to back off. That was a great play.
Vayne could still get the kill. Tumble.
Yeah.
Shoots. Good flash.
Yeah, she'll make it back to her tower. Again, they're catching that Sona out of position.
Yeah, Sona doesn't really have any good positional things until she gets her E and until she gets her ultimate, and that clarity doesn't help in the offensive situation unless they both happen to run out of mana. But you generally just don't engage when you have
Let's see, we have a flash from Rise. Another missed dredge line from Nautilus. Cassiopeia is going to be fine yet again. And Nautilus is caught again with a failed gank attempt.
Yeah, you got about...
Malphite just keeps on coming in. He's like, looks like he might be coming down. Try for a gank of his own, but it might be on Nautilus, who's level 3. He's at level ahead.
Cass has also responded, so they could get a pretty good initiation off of this.
He's got the slow. He's going to try to bait her. They don't see Cassiopeia just yet. He's going to fall for it, but he backs up just in time.
And Rise is just continuing to farm.
I think Malphite kind of ran to his bush a little too early, not really setting up a really good bait. But Malphite's going to come in and gets the slow on Vlad. Vlad pools. We got the
yeah, see, that's the problem. Is like I said, that he pulled way too early. And since he doesn't have that flash, as soon as the pull is up, if he's way too far, that's going to be the problem. He's going to be ganked.
And that was a great gank by Malphite and Riven.
And we do have some counter jungling, so yeah, we still got Worm Turtle. Like, he's not counter jungling as much as he did on Chaco, but he is at least doing some key counter jungling when he knows it's going to be
Malphite already has red, and it's going to give that red to Riven. Malphite's red actually just burnt out right now.
That's really going to help Riven in that top lane to make sure she can maintain harass and keep the distance for Vlad when she slows him down.
I think Master of the House is doing really well this match. I think Malphite, specifically Worm Turtle, is playing a little bit more defensively than we're used to seeing, and that's actually helping their team. They're not getting giving up any early kills. The only thing they need to do, another out of position from Vayne, or not from Vayne, to Sona from Alistair.
Unfortunately, Vayne tumbled in the bush instead of out towards the wall because he wanted to condemn against that wall, but they don't have a ward there. So if they had tumbled out of it, they wouldn't have seen Sona and they couldn't have gotten the condemn anyways. But that was a really good position by Alistair for a great setup.
Absolutely. They're a really powerful team. They're doing a really good job trying to isolate Sona and take her out. So she's going to have to play really carefully.
Okay, Blue just came up for Master of the House, and Blue has been up for Midnight Pancake Parade, so I have to see who picks the first blue. But we do have a ping on that, so it looks like they may potentially give that to Cassiopeia. Unfortunately, Rise is back and Nautilus is on top right now, so their blue is going to be sitting there for a little while, which is going to give Cass a good advantage in the middle.
Looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Nautilus is coming down to meet Rise, but Cassiopeia already picked up that blue. She's going to go back to the middle. It looks like Misfortune and Sona are pushing the lane yet again.
Yeah, I'm guessing Misfortune must just be doing a ton of damage because I expected it to actually be going the other way, but for the most part, the zoning has been done by Master of the House.
Yeah, from what I've seen, Misfortune can put out a lot of damage. I saw Vayne earlier, and she had like more than half of her health gone. And they had to send her back, so they're going to try and get these minions killed by the turret, which will shut down some CS for Pancake Parade.
Yes.
This is a much more even, steady match than what we saw last time. Looks like Riven's coming in and do lots of damage, but going to take a turret shot.
CS-wise on top lane, we have Riven at 29 and Vlad at 51. So Vlad is definitely destroying the CS baton, as Riven had to play pretty defensively, and yet we almost had a kill in middle there. And does that... Was there an Oracle? Or did they pink ward?
I believe they
pink warded. Okay.
Looks like Misfortune's going to stay in the lane, pick up some CS.
I think they just gave Blue to Rise, but he has to go back because he's almost dead.
Yeah, lots of damage going down for Cassiopeia. She's doing really well at trying to zone him out.
Cannot go.
Ooh. Good attack. Nice pool by Vlad, but it might not be enough.
No.
Tons of damage by Riven. Vlad's going to go down.
And Riven may go down from this ultimate. Oh, still doesn't. Pretty good pickup by Vlad. Thought he was just going to die off of that, but Riven's cooldowns were all up, so she had to wait for a second and just auto-attack. And not to mention, I think that CS for Vlad is really starting to kick in. He's double what Riven is, so he's already picked up his revolver. He picked up a small IP book, so he's going to build all the ancients. Riven doesn't have any mana potions, but just went back and is picking up a Hex Drinker. So that's definitely going to help against fighting Vlad on top.
Looks like Malphite wants to do Dragon soon, but he's going to come up, probably gank Rise.
There's no one. Okay, I was going to say Cass isn't going to be it yet, though, so. Yeah. Riven does have 2 kills to Vlad's 1, though, so that's probably helping to even out. I'm surprised that Rise is actually keeping up in CS with Cassiopeia. He's been ganked a couple times, and Cassiopeia's had that blue, but he's still maintaining the lead on that one. And on bot lane, we got 63 for Misfortune and 43 for Vayne. So.
They do see Nautilus coming in, so they knew he's coming in to set the gank. Tons of damage going down.
Unfortunately, they've already fighting.
He's already coming in. It might be too late.
Yep. Very good ultimate by
they're probably going to pick up Sona, too. Tons of damage to her. But Malphite's coming down, rushing an ultimate. Takes down Alistair. Takes down Vayne. Might take down Nautilus. Will he go down? It looks like it's going to be yes. Tone already killing Vlad. Nautilus goes down.
So that was very good by Master of the House.
Absolutely.
Turning a really bad gank situation where they were going to lose their whole bottom lane to Malphite coming in and getting in. Right, suddenly Malphite getting in a very nice triple kill. And then that Hex Drinker really helped Tone on top to help take out that Vlad. So that was an excellent kill.
Lots of damage to bottom turret. Wow, this is definitely a different game than what we saw last time.
Yeah, it looks like Rise has picked up a Catalyst and then some more mana, so he's going to be doing a little bit more damage with that, his ability to scale with his mana. And Cassiopeia is gone with 2 Doran's Rings, so she'll probably have a little more health. I don't know. Rise gets 250 health from that Catalyst, so they're probably about even on health. And they're even at the CS gap is closed a little more, so Cassiopeia is not falling too far behind on that. And since Malphite just picked up a triple kill, he has a lot of money, and he's going to be able to pick up. He has his Philosopher's Stone, he's got his armor boots, a couple more wards, and it looks like their jungle has picked up Philosopher's Stone. Heart of Gold, though, he's at 44. Alistair's at, or no, sorry, not Alistair. Malphite is at 63, though, for CS. So we may see a Heart of Gold from him soon, but currently Nautilus is at least leading in the gold per 5 department. But with 3 kills, I'd still say Malphite's winning that one.
As far as warding goes, it looks like Pancake Parade is doing the better warding. They have wards all down the river, whereas Master of the House does have Dragon warded, which Pancake Parade does not, but they both have both ends of the river, so they might be able to catch Master of the House.
Oh, we got pings up top.
Pings up top. Niles coming in.
Tone's a little too far, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to grab him. Lots of shield, though. Tons of damage. Will he get at least Vlad? He gets Vlad, but Nautilus grabs Riven.
Malphite comes in. He may pick up the kill.
Not doing enough damage. Cassiopeia is there with her ult. They're going to take Nautilus down. So that's a 2-for-1 trade in Master of the House's favor. This is an entirely different match than what we just saw. Looks like they want to invade Pancake's jungle.
Yeah, Nautilus is dead, so they know that they can definitely get a free red, and they see Rise in the middle, and they know bottom's there. So they could take red, and they could take Grace if they wanted to. Cassiopeia is going to go and pick up their blue on Master of the House's side.
The total kills thus far is 8 Master of the House, 5 Midnight Pancake Parade.
But luckily, Pancake Parade has really good CS, so even though the kills are down by 3, they still have only like 1,000 difference in their gold.
It is creeping closer to 2,000, but it's not that big of a difference. So
yeah, that could be one good team fight for Pancake Parade to catch up on that one.
It looks like Master of the House is the only one that has Dragon Warden now, as most of Pancake Parade's wards have burnt up.
And Nautilus picked up some armor when he went back, and Raz
tons of damage by Misfortune. Cassiopeia, is she going to stay? She might get a gank from Nautilus. She does have the warning, but she's not backing off in time. Malphite's coming in. Ooh, nice move and flash by Get Handled, getting out of there. Riven coming down.
On both AD carries, we have one Doran's Blade, Berserkers, and a Vampiric Scepter. So Misfortune's gone with a little more survivability off of their auto attacks, while Vayne has gone for survivability in the health fashion with Doran's Blade. So trying to balance that the health and damage and pick the Berserker Greaves also. It
does look like Master of the House is slowly creeping ahead in CS, though, as I can tell from their gold is starting to get a little bit ahead. Not by much, but a little bit ahead. I think they're 1.5 now ahead of Pancake Parade, and they were only about 1,000 before.
Yeah, I'd have to say that it's Misfortune on bottom. She's the only one currently leading in CS versus the counter on the other team. All the other ones, though, middle, Rise is doing better. Top lane, Vlad is doing better, but Riven has 4 kills. So while he's doing better in CS, he's died a whole bunch of times. So I'd have to say it's probably more from the kills and assists rather than...
Looks like Riven's coming down. Might try to gank Rise, but Rise is going to head back.
Malphite just picked up some boots. I think those are Source boots, though. And then a Heart of Gold and a Negatron Cloak. So going to be a bit more tanky and be able to take a lot of the AP damage.
Looks like Nautilus is going to give up blue for Rise, trying to help him out in middle.
Yeah, I've never seen Nautilus have low mana in this entire match.
Oh,
Unfortunately, they messed up and he reset.
That's gonna take some more time to grab that blue.
Okay, there we go. Then I should have it.
Cassiopeia coming up. Might try to gank Vlad. Tons of damage by Riven. Ooh, he's pulling down here. Cassiopeia, coming back down.
Yeah, I think
Not gonna
Cassiopeia
grab
went for the main lane part and then switched directions when Vlad went down.
Ooh, tons of damage. Heal goes off by Vlad. He's gonna hang out by a tower.
Cass may just go for the kill. Ulted, unfortunately,
Ooh,
missed.
ult. And Vlad's gonna back off. Rise coming up. Nautilus coming up. Looks like Cassiopeia is gonna back in to their bush. Malphite hanging out a little bit too long in lane. Should be coming up here to help them out.
Coming up, I think coming up now.
No, he's just hanging out. Rise and Nautilus coming up. They do see him. Not a lot of damage to Riven.
Yeah, unfortunately, Riven's been fighting against an AP, so Built Merc Treads already has a little bit of resistance. And looks like we just got a ward on Dragon.
Yeah, 4 Masters of the House.
Malphite was a little bit close to the turret, so he's going to back up so he doesn't get ganked by the Nautilus and Rise coming down the river.
Looks like Riven's going to be zoning Vlad very well now, doing tons of damage to him.
Yeah, definitely picking up those kills is helping Riven a lot. Doing lots of damage, and Vlad is getting starved out and not being able to get the kills needed to get that item advantage to make it to where his range is a big benefit.
Alistair coming in, faking Dragon, going back down. Not really sure what he was doing there.
I don't know if he was attempting to ward and then noticed that he could possibly get killed, so he just backed off.
Looks like they're ganging up. Cassiopeia coming down, but Rise and Nautilus are following Cassiopeia. Looks like they're going to group up in the bush.
They do have a ward there, so they know that.
Ooh! Malphite comes in, pushes back.
I think he flashed.
Rise.
Did he flash?
Looks like they really want to try to have a dragon fight going on here. And here we go, tons of damage. Sona goes down.
That was a pretty good ult,
nice.
but unfortunately, it's not enough damage.
Cassiopeia goes down. Oh, she ulted way too far back, not doing any damage.
Yeah, that's going to give them
They're going to grab the dragon, but Riven does get Vlad on top. Malphite trying to set up the steal. He might be able to get it off. Let's see.
His Q does give him increased movement speed, so if he gets it with his Q...
Oh, he does! He does grab it!
He
Poor Master of the House. Nice smite, but he might go down from this.
Yeah, if he gets away, it'll be fine.
Oh, he's going to grab Rise, though!
Nice. Kill pickup. Bottom on all. Okay, bottom's coming for Pancake, so they're going to get that.
But it was a 1-1. It wasn't...
yeah, he stole Dragon, got gold for his entire team, and got the kill on Rise.
That was a really nice play by Malphite. He knew he was going to go down, so he took out Rise, so things would even out. And it looks like Master House is creeping ahead just slightly, about 2K ahead now.
No, because it's at 22.
Oh, yeah. So,
yeah,
no, it's still 1.5. Wow.
Yeah, the CS on Pancake House is just a little bit better. So it's keeping them in this game, even though they're not up on kills. So as long as they maintain this, like if this is the status quo, I think we'll see some pretty great late game team fights, and then the match will go pretty long. Because it's still really even. I think the only problem is that Vlad is getting destroyed on top.
Absolutely. Riven's already a level ahead now.
And it's picked up a Wriggle, so going to have a bit more sustainability and damage and a free ward. Cassiopeia has blue. Unfortunately, Rise's blue ran out, so Cassiopeia is going to own the lane, can continue to constantly spam.
And it looks like they're going to be zoning Vayne now.
Alistair's just coming down. And it looks like we get a message from some of the people just finding out that we're streaming.
Yes, we are streaming. Hope you enjoy.
Right. It's like, I don't think they're watching though, so hopefully they'll just check us out. twitchtv.powerunderwhelming.
Looks like Nautilus is coming down to try and gank Cassiopeia.
We got a fight up on top though.
Oh yeah, Riven's chasing
Nautilus
Vlad. Nautilus is switching back.
Okay, so we could have an ultimate. Tony May. Oh, he's so close.
Oh no.
He's still going for the
Vlad
kill. He knows he's possibly going to die. Oh, that's really good.
Nice.
Really good juke by Vlad.
And a nice Riptide by Nautilus takes out Riven.
Oh, we have Cass in a bad position. Right, he's going to pick up some damage. Nautilus can
Nice
come down.
flash to
Okay.
get out of there.
Great flash.
Malphite pushing middle.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no one there right now, but they are coming down, so they could position to take him out because he is a little overextended. Unfortunately, I think they're just going to come out on the defensive side and push back the turret. And then we got a no one on Reddit. Look at that ward.
It was a poor warding. I don't see it just yet. Well, it looks like they're going to push Cassiopeia. She's going to need to go back. Nautilus is there, ready. Malphite coming up top. It does look like Pancake Parade is catching up in kills. Only 1 kill behind now. Although Master of the House is still maintaining that 1.5 goal lead.
Malphite's in a pretty bad position.
He's going to back off. Yeah, Nautilus is going to back off. They don't have a warden here. They're not sure who is in here. Could have been Riven and Malphite. They just didn't want to give up a free kill. Although Rise is coming in, going to back off to his tower. Ooh.
Oh, fight on bottom. Looks like we got 2 kills.
2 kills to 1 in Master House's favor. Alistair and Vayne go down.
Yeah, that Kijian picked up a Bloodthirster for Misfortune, so having a lot more survivability, while Vayne went with a Wriggles and a Zeal.
Now we're almost, just almost 2k ahead now for Master of the House. But if Pancake Parade keeps up this farm, it'll probably catch up pretty soon. Nautilus and Vlad coming in.
Yeah, Tone's just beating this Vlad down. Unfortunately, Nautilus is always coming up to help, and it's becoming a problem where Tone's over-engaging a little bit too much.
Looks like Riven's going to be fine though, backing off to her tower. Malphite back in his jungle.
Riven has also picked up a little bit more magic resistance to make sure that they continue dominating the lane against that Vlad. CS-wise, though, Vlad is really far ahead, 150 compared to 90.
Yeah, Riven really needs to get some good CS going on if she's going to take the advantage.
Yeah,
of
it looks
Vlad.
like she's just focusing on doing tons of damage and not really worrying that much about
no warding in the river means that Vlad is actually safe. They could have jumped in and grabbed him, but they didn't know he was there. They couldn't see it. There were no wards for Master of the House in the river.
They just did get 1 ward in that push, though. He used his Wriggles for that. And it looks like that Malphite building an AP and health build went for some reduced magic resistance, probably to help out Cassiopeia with ganks. That's going to be really good because it reduces the magic resistance of everyone that he's around. And I went with the Giant's Belt for some health. I'm still surprised. A Wriggles on Vayne, that's a little unusual.
And we got the ult by Cassiopeia.
Beautiful
Slowing
wall.
down.
Second
Ooh.
beautiful wall.
Vlad goes down.
Very great shutdown.
Wow, tons of damage on Misfortune. Might take out Vayne. Vayne goes down.
Vayne was just standing there. I
Yeah,
think she may
they
have been
might have a.
disconnected.
Yeah, we do have a DC, but it's way too late in the match for that to matter.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're just going to have to hope that Vayne reconnects. But for now, Master of the House, knowing that there's a disconnect, could push the advantage on a 4v5.
It could be a psychological fake, though I highly doubt that.
Yeah, no, Vayne's still at base.
Well, she's dead
okay,
right now,
she's still
so.
dead.
But it looks like they might go for a dragon, which is a really good idea, knowing that Vayne might possibly be disconnected.
Yeah, no matter what, it's a guaranteed 4v4.
Riven destroys top, which is the first turret to go down, and this is slowly going to... Oh, there they go, free dragon. This is going to be Master House's advantage now. They're starting to creep ahead.
Knowing that, they could steal a lot of the jungle and also possibly go for a free Baron, too, with it being 4v5.
Yes. Looks like Rise might try to contest this, but they see him out by Sona.
Turtle's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Build switches. Oh, Sona almost.
She goes down. Tons of damage to Rise, but he's going to get out of there. He's so tanky. Nautilus taking tons of damage, flashing out, but not enough. He's going to go down.
Oh, Cass, so close.
Oh,
now Turtle picks up the kill.
Wow, excellent. Excellent job by Malphite, shutting down Alistair from killing Cassiopeia, who has so little health. Let's see just how much she has.
45.
Ooh.
Very close. That's an auto attack death.
Riven pushing middle to try and get some more feed. Looks like they might. Oh, why am I clicking? Looks like they might go to hit bottom tower. Try to take that out.
And Vlad just picked up red. And he's going to go mid to stop the turret, but
That's going to go down. Another turret goes down in favor of Master of the House, who is now 6K ahead. Finally pulling ahead after leading in kills for so long.
So yeah, unfortunately, like they were a bit ahead even before the Vayne went disconnect. But with the disconnect, they're pushing such a major advantage that it's going to be really hard for Pancake House to pick up and try to play catch up if Vayne reconnects.
Again, though, that is a good reason why best out of 3 is a good idea for a lot of tournaments. A disconnect like this may lose Pancake Parade's the match for them. However, they do have another match to contest, and it'll be finally the elimination round.
Yeah.
As it were.
If this was in a tournament that was the best of 1, they would have been a lot more upset. Like, it's still upsetting because they were maintaining evenness with their farms, so it's definitely not a good thing. But at the same time, they do have a little bit of a cushion to fall back on.
You have a pink ward going down in front of Baron from Master of the House.
Yeah, and they're checking. There's no wards there, so they know that this could be a great time to go for a Baron, or force a fight when it's going to be a guaranteed 5-4.
And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Malphite coming in. Sona taking on.
Oh, that was really great by Mal.
Ooh, nice ult by Cassiopeia shuts it down.
Great ult by Sona. Can't handle taking some damage, but it's going to go down.
Looks like Rise is going to go down. Tons of damage. Alistair goes down. Nautilus is backing out of there. Riven is chasing down Vlad, doing tons of damage to him. Vlad's going to go down. Oh, they surrendered.
Yeah, they surrendered with the 3-0. Oh, you said 3 votes.
So is that
either
2 disconnects?
I would say either one person didn't connect or didn't vote, or 2 people disconnected. But I thought I saw everyone there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vlad was there, and there was 3 in the thing. So yeah, one person just didn't.
Well, it looks like we're all tied up. 1 match for Master of the House and 1 match for Team Midnight Pancake Parade. This is it. This is going to be the last round. Stay tuned. We're going to switch right off, come back on so we can have 3 separate YouTube videos for this. Stay tuned. Enjoy. We'll be right back.
Yeah. That's